Doesn't matter what religion somebody believes.
No, it does not.
It is preventable, and crime got to stop. Killing got to stop. In the United States, in the family, in the medical field, uh, in any way or shape,
Yes.
in China, India, Africa, Asia, any other continent, every other continent, then we must do that.
Yes.
And I will be more than happy to work with you and
Thank
your
you so much.
undertaking to be a part of it uh, for as long as I live. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much. I feel so blessed to have you here and to just sit in your presence. I'm learning so much from you right now, and it's a teaching to me and to the world. And we have so much going on in our society that when you sit and you listen to what you're saying, to if everybody would come together and have a conversation just as we're doing right now, it would change lives. And all of this murder and killing, like you said, it wouldn't happen the way that it's happening. And we know that we can't change the world, but we can change a lot that's going on. We can stop somebody from being killed, a family member, families having to cry, families having to live with this and endure this pain, this enormous amount of pain. And I've lived it every day of my life, and I'll continue to live it. And I think positive, and God has been everything for me and to me. And if it hadn't been for God and my faith in God, I wouldn't be standing here today. And listening at you talking, the way you say that you spoke and you went to churches and you talked about how we have to stop violence, stop killing, stop murdering, and then you saw the numbers diminish.
Yes.
So what does that tell us? If we do something about it, change will happen for the better.
Can be done and will be done.
Yes, it will. Thank you.
That makes me stronger and more determined to work harder to change that. And God blessed me with one other thing. The more difficulties I had to deal in life with others and myself, the stronger I became. I do not credit that myself, not at all. It is just there, and everybody's almost who knows me have seen me fighting the worst evil on the face of the earth, communist empires in Albania, Soviet Union, China, former Yugoslavia, all of these things. The bigger the problems are, the stronger I become. And that is a determination. It's my faith, it's my belief, it's my mind, and it's a blessing from God. And I have proven that time and again. There are few things that I do not want because they would sound too political or this or that to explain here, but there are few things that are documented. How the world can be changed.
Yes.
How the world can be changed. If we fight, for example, when the Soviet Union and evil empire and communism was fought in diplomatic and smart way and this kind of stuff, rather with bombs and guns and this kind of stuff, it disappeared. It's not any longer that fashion on the face of the earth. When it came to fight former Yugoslavia, that was killing various people from Bosnia, Albanians, non-Albanians, Croatians, so many, Macedonia, all of that, massively, almost genocide. I was the one who stepped in and fought that evil empire because they were determined, this is the fact, that I would be killed 40 years ago at St. Bede's here in Southfield. I will be shot to death when I'm ordained by Cardinal Dearden. United States government learned about it and various facts, and they ordered me to be ordained under bulletproof vest. First time any human being to be ordained or to graduate any place on the face of the earth under bulletproof vest. And guess what? That was 40 years ago. After some years fighting and doing what I did, what I do best, Yugoslavia is gone forever, like Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire. They will never come back again. And I'm still working, trying to stop killing at any place. Doesn't matter what village, what city, what state, what country. That is the calling, and that is the response I do, of course, by becoming the harder and more difficult things are there to conquer. I happen to become stronger and better.
Yes.
In my humble way.
Yes.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I see in this young lady, I see, without complimenting her, I see a guardian angel who really and truly wants to save lives and who respects the lives of every other human being as much as she respects her own life or the life of every member of her family or others around her. And this should be a calling. Her calling should be the calling of all of us on the face of the earth. That way, the murder would stop. Hurting each other would stop. Instead of not only wasting time, but committing atrocities against each other, we would be spending time helping each other exactly like she does. And that's how we all should do.
Thank you so much. That is the highest honor that I could ever get to hear you say that. Thank you very
It
much.
is God's truth. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Frank.
Please. Excellent. It is super good, and I definitely want to deliberate as long as I live on that as much as possible. Uh, Number one, for God's sake, people do not need guns as toys and this kind of stuff. For God's sake, it's too much of that. But if they want to have them and all these kind of things, let them take care of the guns. Let them, like we have matches. Do we go use matches of burning each other or burning the house? No. The guns should be safe, should be handled only by people who respect the gun as much as any other tool or toy, all of that, but never, 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 never to be used against another human being unless there is a prevention of ongoing crime or something like that. I'm more than happy to deliberate on those things. Second thing, any person who has, for whatever reason in the world, mental, character disorder, mental disorder, spiritual disorientation, anybody who has a tendency to be violent or to have a record, under no circumstance, they should come even close to a gun, because we play with fire.
Yes.
Okay? Do let the children play with matches? No,
No.
they are innocent. But nevertheless, it can burn. Now, all of these things that people carry guns and people want to carry guns and use them as toys or something like that, and of course, it's a part of the Constitution, all of that, to have the guns to protect if needed against this, against that, including government. All of those things is something else, and all of that is meant for good. But when you have people who have a record, uh, and government, our beloved government knows, either local, state, or federal, all that, they know about the record of a person. That person, under no circumstance on the face of the earth, should even come close to any gun whatsoever, because that is going to be used, if not sooner, later. And I definitely would like to discuss with her and whomever else at any level in this country or this world the possession of guns,
Yes.
when it's harmless and when is potential to be harmful. If it's harmless, the gun is like a spoon, like a fork,
Right.
like a pencil. So what? But if there's a potential, the gun can be and will be harmful. Under no circumstance should be in the hands of the person who will use it that way.
Powerful statement.
Please.
Yes.
Statistics that indicate that certain countries, the per capita ownership of weapons is equal to that of the United States, and yet the amount of killing in the United States is much higher. What about the culture in the United States and these other countries?
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. It's an excellent question. Well, the problem is multiple, but one of the greatest problems in United States or on the face of the earth is drugs, drug use or drug abuse. And when I say drugs, all kind of drugs, especially those who destroy human beings. It's our beloved statistics of our beloved United States that we are only 3% of population on the face of the earth. And the drug use in United States is 50%. 7 billion people on the face of the earth use 50% of drugs, and we in the United States, 50%. That's insanity. That got to stop. That must stop. Okay?
Yes.
It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's number one. Number two, the percentage of population of that, the whole world on the face of the earth has 75% of population in prisons, of world prison population. We have 25% of prisoners in the world. Now, something is far worse than that. That's horrible, horrible. I'm sorry, but I don't like to use bad language, but there are certain things that you cannot ever describe the other way except hell on earth. And I don't want to use that word ever. But there is no other way. Now, another thing is probably even a little bit worse than those people in prisons. You know what that is? Simple. There are so many people who are as bad as the ones in prison, but they're outside. What she's fighting for, that those people should not have guns in their hands,
Right.
because they are going to do the same like those ones did and commit the same crimes and end up in a prison like other ones or get away with it. And that is her mission. That is her calling. That is her undertaking. And for these kind of reasons, we have far less, worse crime and loss of life than so many other nationalities whose population is far they outnumber us. We have, like, for example, China, India, we have other countries and all of that combined or single countries. And these are the facts. And until we address those in the way she does and the way she works, those will not be corrected. That is our highest calling to change that. And there are a few more which next time when we have a chance or something, I'd be more than happy to continue discussing and talking about it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It is a pleasure, and I do think the coincidence that we met,
Yes.
it's not just a coincidence. I'm hoping and praying it's really God's plan
That's
that
God's plan.
we work as a team.
Yes.
Team.
A team. It's a blessing.
Because we have a saying in the Albanian culture, and it's probably 7,000 years old. It says, one stone doesn't matter how great, how big it is. One stone does not make a wall, does not build a wall. It has you have to have lots of stones to bring the castle, to bring pyramids, to build all of that.
Yes.
And she needs all the help, like herself,
Thank you.
regardless of color, creed, gender, nationality, and all of that. And I really and truly congratulate you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. God bless.
Okay.